Are you related in any way to accounting? Well, if so, this video will help you decide the future of your profession. Hey everyone, I'm Najeeb and you're watching the 20th edition of the Innovation Report. Thanks so much for watching it this far. So for today's episode, we're going to do something a bit different. And one thing is we're going to focus on one topic and rather the future of one topic, or in this case, it's going to be the career of accountants.
I declare bankruptcy!
Now, the reason why I wanted to cover this for today's episode is largely because what happened recently. Last week, Microsoft introduced a new smartphone app to help people who are visually impaired.
The app narrates the world around you by turning the visual world into an audible experience.
Hold steady. Lease agreement. This agreement.
And this uses artificial intelligence, and it got me thinking that if you can use artificial intelligence for something like this, what if we take a look at it in a broad spectrum for a particular career? So in this case, we're going to be talking about accountants or accounting in general, and that covers everything within that umbrella. Now, before we get more into the details and start, the one thing I do want to mention is a lot of my friends are accountants, and I am sharing this with a very neutral perspective of where I see the future of accounting going based on what they tell me and based on what I see in this world. Now, there are two different technologies that's going to drastically improve and change the accounting profession. The first being which is blockchain, and the second is artificial intelligence, or we're just gonna keep it short and just call it AI. When we're talking about artificial intelligence and blockchain, one of the new ways of recording information when there is a financial transaction, currently it's through debits and credits, which is just basically a double entry system. But with blockchain, you can create a triple entry, which is debits, credits, and confirmations all together that happens almost instantaneously. So it makes you think about, well, what is going to be the future for accountants if they don't have to do the debits and credits and confirm it, thereby getting rid of a segment of auditing. If the double entry accounting system has been around for a couple centuries, makes you think about when you introduce the triple entry accounting system, what's going to be the future of finance in general. Now, if you think about a lot of accountants, when they're doing auditing or bookkeeping, if this triple entry accounting system is already more popular or widely adopted, then what's going to end up happening is for a lot of accountants, they're going to have to shift their practice. It's not necessarily going to be the end for accountants, but rather they're going to have to shift their services that they offer clients. So it'd be going from a direct fact checking to more of consulting. Then that's where one of the future lies for accountants, especially with auditing. Now, when we're talking about risk management, the one thing that artificial intelligence can do is drastically have better accuracy or predicting of the risk allocated with certain portfolios. At the same time, it can not only speed up the processes, but also confirm through risk and identity management. At the same time, if you're looking at a large corporation that deals with accounting, what's going to end up happening is with the internal services, there are going to be two streams that's going to be easily impacted right away. And that's going to be through artificial intelligence. The first being which is administrative work, which is something like booking meetings, which can be done with artificial intelligence bots. The second is HR, human resources. That can also be streamlined. So let's just say if you're trying to figure out, how many vacation days do I have left? Instead of just getting a standard response saying that in total you have 10 vacation days for the year, you can get an instantaneous feedback saying you already took 2 vacation days, so that means you have 8 days left out of the year. So that holds true across the wide spectrum of artificial intelligence, using the machine algorithm and learning to improve the recognition and risk management, at the same time combining it with blockchain technology for triple entry accounting system for accountants. Now, in terms of the timeline, it completely depends on the organization as well as the economy. Now, when you're looking at artificial intelligence, that's more easier to adopt than blockchain. Well, largely because blockchain relies on a node network. Now, whether it's internal blockchain or an external public, that's going to completely depend on the organization. However, for artificial intelligence, because it could be adopted right away, it ends up being much more quicker for adoption as well as application. So what do you think? Do you think accounting industry or profession will be disrupted because of blockchain and artificial intelligence? If so, when do you think this will be? 5 years? 10 years? Let me know in the comments below. Well, that's it for this week's innovation report. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want a free copy of my upcoming business innovation book where we cover all this, head on over to the link below. And if you want to see the full innovation report, head on over to BigCreate.com and you'll find everything from artificial intelligence to blockchain to healthcare and energy.